What are the best electric cars that you should buy? That's what we're going to find out. Welcome to Car Help Corner, where we help you, the consumer, master the process of car buying and car ownership. As electric vehicles become more popular and mainstream, we are finally starting to see quite a few excellent options to choose from. They're certainly not for everyone, but if you are ready to ditch gas and go fully electric, I'm going to share a few of the very best EVs that you can buy right now, including one honorable mention. So let's get started with the first EV, which is a safe choice for those that want a practical, well-made SUV. And that vehicle is the Nissan Ariya. Although the Ariya is not the best at anything, it is a solid 7 to 8 out of 10 in almost every important area that matters. Thanks to the popular Leaf, which has been around for 15 years now, Nissan has proven that they know what they're doing when it comes to EVs. The Ariya is made in Japan and has proven to be quite a well-made vehicle so far. And not only is the reliability promising, but is just a satisfying, well-designed SUV with a quiet, comfortable ride, decent power, and a spacious, well-put-together interior. Some of the tech and ergonomics inside do fall a bit short, and in terms of driving range on a charge, the Ariya is adequate at best. You'll definitely want the bigger 87 kilowatt-hour battery option for this one. But even with its shortcomings, this is still a well-designed vehicle and one that you can find some excellent deals on, thanks to very strong incentives from Nissan combined with EV rebates. If you want an electric EV though, but you want something that's a little bit more exciting and interesting, then perhaps you should take a look at the next vehicle in the number 5 spot, which is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. The Mach-E has been around for a few years now and has become one of the more popular EVs on the market. It is now quite a well-sorted vehicle with reasonably good build quality and few major reliability concerns. It has also earned a high owner satisfaction rating, which comes as no surprise because this really is quite a nice vehicle. It drives extremely well with a great ride, excellent handling and performance. And the interior is quite well designed, with nice finishes and good tech for the most part. Like the Ariya, the driving range on a full charge could be better, and the pricing can get up there. But Ford is another brand with great incentives, and you can find excellent deals on these depending on your location. And if that's the case, the Mach-E can be a nice option. The next EV that's in the number 4 spot is one for those that want an excellent value option. And for that, the go-to choice is the Chevrolet Equinox EV. Many consumers have been holding off waiting for an affordably priced EV, and GM is finally delivering. Well, at least for US buyers, where the Equinox EV starts at a very reasonable $35 grand, or in the high $20,000 range after rebates, which is quite a great deal for an SUV like this. The Equinox is a well-designed SUV with good performance, a great driving experience, and surprisingly good driving range, especially in the base front-wheel drive version. And you even get a very spacious interior with excellent, well-designed tech. It is a new vehicle, which means that the platform and technology is not as well proven as other EVs that you can buy. And if you really want just the least expensive option, then you may want to wait for the even less expensive Chevy Bolt EV, which is coming later in 2025. But if you can get a good enough deal on one of these, especially for US buyers for say around 30 grand out the door, it's hard to argue with the Equinox EV. The next EV on the list is a really nice luxury option that should impress and surprise you if you test drive it. And that vehicle is the BMW i4. BMWs can be hit or miss, but this is one where they absolutely nailed it. The i4 is an outstanding all-around vehicle that delivers it all. An incredible driving experience with superb handling and performance that you'd expect from a BMW. Impressive driving range on a charge, a well-crafted, high-quality interior with nice tech, and even a surprising amount of space thanks to its hatchback body. And you don't even have to get the fancy M version to get the full experience. I've tested the regular one and it really gives you everything that you can ask for. It is very expensive as you'd expect from a BMW, but it really is the full package and a phenomenal EV. Now, before we get to the next 3 EVs on the list, let's talk a little about EV chargers because a really good home charger is an absolute must for EV ownership. For a while now, I've been using the Emporia Level 2 charger at my home, which Emporia was kind enough to send me to test and cover the installation. Now, normally I don't accept products to review on this channel, but in this case, I was excited to give the Emporia charger a try because it happens to be one of the highest rated EV chargers on the market and an award-worthy charger according to a number of reputable outlets because it manages to check off all the important boxes. It's well made, extremely well priced. It's offered with both the J1772 connector or the Tesla-style North American charging standard connector, and even offers a PowerSmart load management system, which can save you money and potentially allow you to sidestep the need for expensive electrical upgrades. It also comes with an excellent app which allows you to monitor and manage your charging to save time and save money. And to top it off, it's both Energy Star and UL certified, which means it's both energy efficient and meets all the important safety standards. Basically, it has all the important must-haves that one should look for in an EV charger. So if you are considering buying any kind of plug-in vehicle, whether it's a plug-in hybrid or a full EV, the Emporia charger is an absolute no-brainer. I'm going to share more information and updates on it down the road after I've done more testing. But for now, let's continue with the best EVs on the list, moving on to the next runner-up choice, which is the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Hyundai has really solidified itself as an EV leader with the Ioniq 5 because this really is one of the best EVs on the market. It's just so well polished and does everything so well. The design is phenomenal both inside and out, with an interior that's premium feeling, loaded with excellent tech, and is as spacious and practical as any other SUV its size. It has class-leading driving range, ultra-fast charging speeds, with a new for 2025 Tesla-style NACS charging connector, which allows it to use Tesla's supercharging network, a major bonus for buyers. And it has a great driving experience with excellent ride, handling, and strong performance. And if you want something really exciting, you can even get the Ioniq 5N, a 600 plus horsepower track-capable rocket that's shockingly fun to drive. I tested it earlier this year and I did not want to give it back. It was an absolute blast to drive. But even the regular Ioniq 5 is a real gem, and it's one of the most impressive EVs available. If you can score a great deal on one of these, it's a great option to go with. And now for the number 1 best EV of the list, which in many ways surpasses almost every other EV by quite a considerable distance. And that EV is the recently updated Tesla Model 3. Putting the Musk controversies and politics aside and just looking at the Model 3 for the vehicle that it is impossible to deny its superiority. Tesla makes by a landslide the best-selling EVs for a reason. And while the Model Y is the real sales champion thanks to its SUV appeal, the Model 3 is the true star of the lineup at the moment thanks to its major recent updates. I tested the rear-wheel drive model earlier this year and I came away extremely impressed. It is clear that time and experience have made it quite a polished vehicle. The build quality is impressive, it has loads of space, and even though the tech does take getting used to, it is extremely effective once you do so. This is a very well sorted car with excellent handling, good ride comfort, and terrific performance. It is also class leading when it comes to driving range and has the best charging in the business with Tesla's supercharger network. It is certainly not a perfect car and Tesla ownership definitely has its issues, but it is very clear that the Model 3 has come an extremely long way. For around 35 grand US or around 50 grand Canadian after rebates, There's no denying the value when compared to other EVs. If you can score a great deal on one loaded up with lots of rebates, it's a great choice. Now, before wrapping up, I did mention that I have one honorable mention which I'm basically just including for fun, because when I tested it a little while back, I enjoyed it a lot more than I was expecting to, and that vehicle is the GMC Hummer EV. Now, I know that this is a rather silly, unnecessary, and an incredibly expensive vehicle, but if that's kind of your thing, this is one that will impress. Yes, it's absolutely enormous and feels huge, but it also feels great to drive and is easier to live with than you might expect. For example, it has four-wheel steering, which makes maneuvering a breeze. It's ridiculously heavy, but with 830 horsepower on the tri-motor version, it is very quick. And with a massive battery, the range is surprisingly good. The interior is a little bit cheap and rattly for the price, but it is very spacious, the tech is excellent, and I love that you can remove the roof panels, which makes it even more fun. And yes, it can off-road, it can tow, and do pretty much anything else you'd expect. Compared to something else that's just as expensive and ridiculous, like say a Cybertruck, I would definitely go with the Hummer EV instead. Especially knowing that at the end of the day, it is a GM vehicle with the same basic parts and ease of servicing as a Chevy Equinox EV, which somehow makes it seem a little bit less silly, if that's possible. So there you have it, my picks for the best electric vehicles available right now. If you were to consider an electric vehicle, which one of these would be your choice? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also check out my other videos by clicking the links. You can follow me on Instagram, and if you need any additional car buying advice, recommendations, or help with getting a great deal on your next new car purchase, make sure to visit carhelpcan.com. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.